Hello and welcome back to the Senior Detectives play. Assuming that Maury has returned. Yes, looks so. Our Sherlock Holmes series, Crimes and Punishment. We're up to recording session 3. Hello, world.
Hello, hello.
Okay, let's go. We're helping to save little Timmy's big brother from supposedly an unjust murder charge. And perhaps getting ourselves the worst dinner man has ever seen.
They put so much effort into it, though.
Let's go, question... question little Timmy's big brother.
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
Okay. I was definitely feeling the, trying to trigger whatever flag lets us make progress line in listening to our theme song just before playing this.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some troubles with that this time. Actually, let's look at your items first.
I mean, the items could give us talking points, so yeah.
Of course, Mr. Holmes.
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder. Two out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
It all adds up. Math checks
A
out.
cheap watch, bought with his own money, no
Means
doubt.
he hit perfectly on both shots.
These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco.
And there are
Nothing
2 dead,
interesting.
so he knew to aim for the head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's nothing else. Tobacco, a watch that he probably stole, an apple, and some revolvers that he probably... Well, a revolver that he probably picked up.
Please escort
Okay,
this suspect
Sherlock said he
for
probably bought it
interrogation.
with his own money, but
I
you
think he was being
stole the watch.
sarcastic.
Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a
He
mistake.
could potentially
Calm
buy his
down,
own
Leighton.
watch.
I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
He does actually look like his brother, so well done there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's this obvious scar. How can we get past that? He has a scarf? He's an office clerk because of his scarf? Oh,
Probably something further down, but...
he resisted arrest. Oh, he's like beaten up a little bit. Okay. Ooh. He's already been in prison before.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw two men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
So we're not going to ask then, how did the police find the gun on you?
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
Okay, I thought it meant like time
I
to go
panicked.
back to the...
I didn't know what to do.
I misunderstood what that was
Anyway,
suggesting there.
I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand, though. I took it, and then I followed the third man.
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man. Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps... It's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
We shall see you soon, young man.
All right, now we go catch up to little Timmy. Leighton Chapman is in his 20s and is Wiggins' older brother. Growing up on the streets and being a hot-headed lad, he committed a crime for which he has served time in Westgate Prison. He's currently detached from his past street life and is probably working somewhere as an office clerk. So we're looking for a murderer who goes around in slippers so he doesn't make noise? No, that counts as the end of the street.
It's strange.
Oh. The heck? Okay, there's obviously something going wrong there. But whatever. This is also wrong, okay? Down the side alley. Oh god, it's too dark.
There we go.
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr.
And
Holmes.
the police haven't
Is that
moved
you?
the bodies.
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline.
It was apparently
during
only
the
like
Ripper
an hour or
case,
so ago.
Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Mara. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving. Who were the victims?
The two men here, both shot. The stab fellow was Brian Vercotti, a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
What did the witnesses have to say?
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were 2 other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are
around the
standing
corner.
now.
That is correct. But I saw the 2 victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the 2 dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by 2 police constables.
Constable Marrow, what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
He was vigilant.
What were the fireworks in honor of, Constable?
Well, not good
Well-
for Timmy's brother, but
Today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now, of course. Did you hear the shots?
I didn't hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear anything else.
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Constable, your statements have been of great value to me.
Thank you. We're gonna roll over another dead body.
The bullet struck his head.
the little paper
This
next
man
to
didn't
him.
stand a chance.
Seemingly not.
French.
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens.
There are secret details. Ah. Then there's paper, but it won't let us... There we
A
go.
piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look.
Apparently it's wood, not paper. I thought it was paper as well, so... Very forgiven.
This shard of wood is quite
Oh, well, yeah,
new.
you gotta pinch the evidence you can find, Super Cheese.
In fairness, we have been taking the, like, 100% justice route. So the police would have no reason to, like, question our... Maybe he's planting
other
evidence or
body.
being misleading. This one? Okay.
Brian Vercotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die.
A stomach wound.
He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant. The bullet penetrated his stomach, a dreadful wound.
It's always people's hands.
A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vercotti must have done some time there.
Maybe a
Brian
friend
Vercotti
of Leighton's?
and Leighton Chapman both have
Yeah.
identical Westgate Prison tattoos. They were most likely acquainted.
We can talk. So presumably if we go back to the prison, we can talk to little Timmy's brother about that.
Yeah.
Investigate the
But we
crime
could,
scene and talk to more witnesses. I think we should keep talking to
Yeah.
witnesses for now.
I think so, because there could be more talking points that we need to ask
Not Watson.
about.
So there was that person who we're supposed to be able to talk to, who is presumably now standing here.
Yes, and then there was the flower girl.
Good evening,
Around the
Mr.
corner.
Turner.
I heard Constable
And then there's
Marrow
little Timmy that's
replying
hanging
you
about.
as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective gentleman? I've heard of you. And well, I know things about this evening.
6.
Excellent. Might we hear your story?
I think this is the
Could
last
you tell
one.
us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw 2 bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
It's Save Little Timmy's brother case, Wilma. Let's do our inspection of him.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have an interesting face. War veteran, so he would know what gunshots. Missing buttons. He's not the richest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And he has a cane.
Were the 2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
As if there
That
were
is
2
an interesting
guns.
comment. Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with a gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
We can only hope,
You have
Super
helped us
Cheese.
a
That would
great
make life
deal,
really
Mr.
easy.
Turner.
Like, if we can find bullets from 2 different sizes, we can be like... There
But
was...
his testament doesn't quite match up with the police officer, though.
So, you think the police officers... may be a baddie?
Not necessarily. It's just when we talked to the police officer and asked him if he looked up at the window, he said it was dark, but the window was open, but he saw no one.
Yep.
Whereas this guy says that he had his lantern and stayed by the window until he saw the police.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard?
We did, little Timmy.
Is he all right?
He is. He's okay. And as for checking that case count for Vama, yeah, this is 6 because we have 5 treasures. We solved the plant case. We solved the train case. We solved the fake theft case that was actually murder of the husband. We solved the very first case. And we solved the Roman bath case.
The flower lady was on the other side, I think. No, it was this side. Never mind.
Don't worry.
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
Ooh. She's not interesting enough to look at.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, A young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street, prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Powell. Okay, I think the game wants us to make some conclusions, but we could go talk to little Timmy's brother again.
Do we have any other talking points at this point that we need to talk to him about, or is it just the one?
We can check in a sec. Ryan Turner is about 60 years of age. He is a veteran of the Crimean War, a fact he is proud of. His leg was most likely injured during this conflict, and he has been limping since. He lives a poor life, and Flower Girl she also doesn't deserve to be a person. Mm-hmm. Wow. Insulting. You wanted to see if we had a new talking point. We have... no. Only the tattoo that we can...
Okay.
So, back to Scotland Yard. Ask little Timmy if he knows the fat guy that got shot. So maybe there was like a firefight between the two... let's go with gangs in air quotes. And then... one of those was actually dead, and then the policeman killed someone else and is faking that it was this?
I mean, with finding the wood, I would assume it is the
Please
reference
escort
cane.
this suspect for interrogation.
Oh, okay.
Leighton, I confess I am
That
puzzled.
does make sense.
Why should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
Big Timmy?
I know. I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
Disbelieve. Tattoo. You're both Westgate prisoners.
I'm sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized one of the victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that gentleman well, did you not?
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti. You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
Oh, God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Would you tell me a little about Brian Vercotti?
We were convicted for a robbery. Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities. During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released, and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him?
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
We shall see you soon, young man.
It still wants us to investigate the crime scene, though.
No.
Oh, no, it's completed. Okay, so solve it. Well, I guess we have to Fiction space.
Mind Palace.
Leighton's
Leighton's
revolver
revolver and different shots?
was holding a revolver with 2 fired cartridges when he was caught after the crime. And that with the idea of different shots? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There could have been 2 shooters. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 fired shots as they were made from different points in the street. There's maybe that they came around the corner and it got louder sort of thing, but I think more likely Turner could hear the contrast between 2 fired shots as in fact 3 shots were made. At first a single shot and then 2 guns at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can
What else have
believe
we
that.
got? Lootless. He had nothing on his possession, which makes it unlikely to be a crime of, like, gain. Turner stated that he remained near the window until he was caught by police. That conflicts with Dark Window.
That conflicts with Leighton's statement. Yeah.
No, because Leighton's other thing is about the other bits.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Dark
yeah.
Window.
It was just
Yeah,
Dark Window.
this statement
It
is
came
Leighton's
from
statements, but
yes.
it's not the topic Leighton's statements.
Yes.
It is a statement by Leighton, but it isn't a Leighton statement. Conflicting statements, which we need to investigate. But as in it conflicts.
True, but it was Marrow. It was Marrow.
As in Leighton's and Marrow's statements conflict. Common statements. Leighton is the only person who was seen entering Half Moon Street after Brian Vicotti and Kenneth Butler. He was seen standing over the dead bodies and escaping afterwards. And that they were old acquaintances? Old acquaintances. There's also 2 victims.
2 victims, old acquaintance?
There's the revolver. It fired 2. And there is Lootless. So you want what? Old acquaintance and... This case reminds
Could I
Sherlock...
just quit see Leighton's statement again, please?
Yeah. Leighton's statement stated that he saw a person leaning over a dead body just as he entered the scene, took a gun from the body, set off in pursuit of the man, was blinded by a flash of light.
Okay, in that case, yes, I believe it's 2 victims and old acquaintance.
Alas, no.
Oh, darn it. Well, maybe we need more. Maybe we need to do the 2 things that we've been told to do.
Yeah, well, actually, let's see. Is it gonna still hassle us out in the real world about doing idea space? It isn't hassling us about idea space, so yeah. There is a possible crossfire between Kenneth Butler and Brian Vicuti at the Half Moon Street. Examine the bodies and perform a reenactment, and talk to Mr. Turner and check the view from his flat. There might be something to explain his contradictory statements. At least it's a nice quick loading screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
So the copper is potentially biased.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go look from your window.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime, is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
But your cane is in the piece of wood?
Mm-hmm.
No. What about his limp?
I mean, probably
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Turner.
I stayed at my
Turner's
window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
Well, actually, that would confirm his thing. So, let's go with the policeman
That
who
is
says
very
you're
interesting, Mr. Turner.
not truing.
Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
So rude.
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Mr. Turner appears to live very
Oops, sorry. I just wanted to see if there was anything in special vision mode, game.
Check the cade.
Oh gosh. Are you okay, Maury? You sound fluey.
I might be getting a bit fluey, which is horrible.
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of
His
gunshots.
cade was on the other wall.
Here? The non-interactable thing? Alas.
Yes.
The bookshelves are more interesting. Oh, then the bookshelves become the cane.
Oh, come on.
That's clunky. Look at the missing bit of the cane.
A perfect match. So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
Liar! Oh, and there's something else here.
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
Perhaps a revolver?
This kitchen knife is quite sharp.
Is there meant to be something else I'm getting from this? Oh, I thought his
You asked to look at it in special mode.
I thought his head shined for a second though. I thought something I must have been imagining it.
There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
Quickly, to his fire.
This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago.
Yeah, burnt paper.
The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here.
Science?
These words are illegible. The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago.
Not science.
There are limits to our science.
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler.
And we've put together a puzzle piece burnt up papers before. It wasn't unreasonable to think that we would do something with it.
Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. he saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
Imagine. He approached the body. He took something. He broke his stick. He approached the body. No. That's screwed up. Try again. Approached body. Took something. Broke stick. Why isn't it... Come on. Approached body. Let me pick number 2. Took something. What the heck? Oh! It wants me to do things in his house as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then why start you looking at that? That's bad. Okay.
So he gets out of bed.
He gets out of bed, yes. He opens the window. Then he approaches the body. Come on, become approach body. Then you steal something. No, it still won't... It won't let me do the 2 separate things here.
Hmm. So that only counts as one, so you have to...
Oh, you think that it's only one action even though it gets multiple texts?
I don't know. I'm wondering if that's why it's not letting you.
Maybe.
Same thing like he freezes there.
Let's try and do other things then. I assumed that the issue was there are like... They're overlapping in the same space and it's not starting to play the next silhouette.
Mm. I'm just thinking that we have other times when there have been in kind of the same space and then there has been like another silhouette that keeps going if you freeze one.
Okay, so he took something and his stick got stuck. Then he puts his stick down? Or does he
Yes,
throw
I
the
assume
stuff
so.
away? He doesn't look like he has his stick here.
No.
He doesn't look like he has his stick there. So I'm going to go, he put his stick away.
And
Then-
if found something in the shelf anyway, and then he shreds paper.
Really? I assume that the something he found was something that he was on the dead body. Like, I assume this
Okay.
paper is something that is on the dead body. That he then grabs this and then he chops it up and then he throws it in the fire.
Yes, but there was something that he was supposed to find on the shelf as well.
Really?
Yeah, Sherlock said so. The bookshelf was in a mess. It looked like he had searched for something there. And if you look at 4, it's also took something.
Okay, sure. It's also 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think that's good? Let's have a go.
Let's try.
So, old man wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
He waddles with his cane. He goes to the window. He opens the window. He waddles downstairs. Thank God we can fast forward this.
You don't want to just watch him waddle?
He looks at the dead body and welcome Baron, welcome Raiders. He...
Hello, Baron. Hello, Raiders.
I hope you got further than one day with your subsequent runs, Baron. He waddles upstairs. He puts his stick away and he grabs something. He takes it to the table and chops it up. Goka Wolf made it to day 25. Goka is 25 times better than me. Well done, Goka. And then he throws it in the fire.
So Mr.
Yes!
Turner used a
First
book
try.
to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Supervision
Let's
mode.
search the books. Yeah.
Fat prints.
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look.
Moby Dick.
Well now, what a find. A precious jewel, concealed inside a book.
This is a jewel?
A bracelet with a unique
It's a bracelet, not a
ram's head
jewel,
design.
but,
A distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
So old man stole a bracelet from the dead man.
yes.
Probably because he's poor, right? He's a poor old man.
Yes.
I don't think he murdered. Like, that sequence of events doesn't lead to old man being actively involved in the firefight. His is a crime of opportunity.
Yes. Do you want to talk to him?
You want to confront him about it?
Yeah.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
But you have a cane. But the antique bracelet proves that you don't. I mean, it does, but I think the correct thing is,
Limp.
limp.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Oh, time can pull tricks on you.
I'm just an old man. It's all so hard.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Disbelieve you didn't stay at the window.
Mm-hmm.
So this could either be the contradiction or the bracelet.
Antique bracelet.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window, as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate.
Yeah, I
I
believe
only
you.
took the bracelet, that's
Yeah.
all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
Investigate the ancient bracelet and find out how it should have appeared on Half Moon Street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, go looking the archive. Of course, our
Yay.
newspapers will tell us how a bracelet could have been on this street.
It's not the newspapers, don't you worry. It's gonna be in the encyclopedia.
Don't even get to do science on the burnt up paper. At least if we were going home to do science too, it wouldn't be such a bitter pill to swallow.
Just walk over to them books.
Arts and architecture?
Let's see.
No.
Antique
Is there
Art
history?
of British Museum could be.
Yeah, maybe, but I want to see what other things there are. Is there anything that's more
Yeah.
suitable? History? Greek? Greek? We just...
That is
yeah.
not the one
No!
I need.
Okay, we'll try yours.
No.
Do you beat me? Damn it! These beautiful antique jewels represent a part of the Hellenistic treasures collection. Depicted are the 5 heads of mountain rams upon a bracelet, necklace, and ring, each made of pure gold. The 5 rams of Mytilene have been missing from the museum since 1885.
Here it is. I need to continue my research
done,
in my
Maury.
archives.
Yay. And as Super Cheese mentioned, the burnt paper was just Moby Dick.
But we could prove it. Is there anything else? No, I don't know why it's still showing that then.
It's just you can examine the bookshelf if you want to just peruse it.
But it still says search archives about them.
Yeah,
now.
because then you want to find the robbery from 1885.
Oh, now we need the newspaper for 1885.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hellenistic treasures stolen in 1885. The treacherous theft. The Strand. The Hellenistic treasures were stolen yesterday evening while being transported by cab on their way to the British Museum. Oh, sorry, on the way from the British Museum to the Glassford Fine Art Exhibition. Pawnshop owner Kenneth Butler contacted Scotland Yard that night and provided information regarding the gentleman who had attempted to sell him a collection of historical art at his pawnshop in Church Street. Kenneth Butler. Was Butler the name
guy
of...
who died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that guy.
So he did buy one. The police have since captured the described man, a professional thief by the name of Vincent Foley, who has been in the process of escaping London via the port. He was recognised by the surviving driver of the cab that had transported the collection of Hellenistic treasures. Vincent Foley refused to confess as to whether the remainder of the treasures were hidden. He was eventually imprisoned. The lost treasures are still to be found. Because this guy bought them all and then still he dobbed in the guy that sold it to him. Amazing.
Snitch.
Why didn't the guy
One of the
say
victims,
no, I sold
Kenneth
them?
Butler was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
To the pawn shop.
I agree. I don't understand why the guy didn't say like, I sold them, they're there. I didn't thieve them. Look, I have evidence that it's not me.
Made no sense.
What the hell? Oh, we have a lamp. I was wondering why it all lit up
Yeah.
suddenly. Wait, aren't you in prison now? Isn't this the...
No, he had a darker beard.
Okay.
Slightly. No, maybe it is the same character. Huh. Oh, to the pawn shop.
That's not it. Ah. Oh!
Mr. Butler's key matches the lock perfectly.
I mean, that makes sense. It was his key and on his person. Move in. Hate the bloody darkness.
But at the same time, if it's been missing since 1885 and he has had it in his possession all this time, it wouldn't have made sense.
For him to carry it around?
For him to carry it around, one thing, and for why he would still be living this cheaply.
The ram's heads. This
it's
necklace belongs
He's
to
got
the
another one
5
just
Rams
sitting in his
Whittle
desk.
Collection.
Yeah.
Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
Hello, Kenneth. I remember you once told me about 3 pieces of golden jewellery with ram's heads from ancient Greece. You still got 'em, right? Well, good news for you. I found a man loaded with money who's crazy about those jewels. He's ready to fork out a small fortune. I can arrange a meeting with this money bags for you, but I want you to cut me in on the deal. I'll be waiting for you at the crossing of Great Alley and Half Moon Street on Sunday evening, before the fireworks. Brian Vicotti.
It looks as though
So that's
Mr.
how those two
Butler
ended up
kept
in
a
the street
careful
together.
record of his operations.
Yep, they were fencing off their stolen goods from 10 years ago. Well, stolen. The stolen property that he bought 10 years ago.
Yes. But the ring is still missing.
Ooh.
Could we go through his ledger and see if he sold the ring?
No, it doesn't let us find more details in the
It
ledger.
looks as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations.
He was refencing.
A flare pistol. Perhaps it was pawned by a destitute sailor.
Remember that there was a extremely bright flash? How is the flare pistol not interesting then? Yeah, it is, but
A
it's
flare.
it's not interesting enough to do anything with yet. I earmark that for being the reason there was the extremely bright flash myself.
Could be. Though
Performer-
at that point, I would question like, why is it here on the shelf?
Until we do the reenactment, we don't know that we want the flare pistol.
No, but like, why? How would that get back here inside a locked pawn shop on a shelf?
Well, he sold more than one.
Maybe. Like if there were 2 of them, yeah, I guess.
I don't think there's anything else in here. Like, I don't see anything else.
And I think we've cleared the objective of checking out the pawn shop, didn't we?
Yeah, it's go reenact solve the whole crime
Yeah.
and go do the shooting reenactment.
Okay, then let's do that.
So we've imagined old man, now it's time to imagine group of people shooting each other.
I mean, little Timmy's brothers certainly do not fit
Why are you
the
looking at
brief
me all
of
the
being
time
the
like that?
rich money
I'm
bags
just
that
watching
is
you,
buying
lad.
jewelry.
Yeah.
I never know what to expect from people like you.
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
I ain't a thief.
Oh, no? Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
Okay. Imagination mode. Select the gunman. One of the... Wait. It was telling us something. No, it's not telling... What if we exit and we re-enter? Here we go. One of the victims probably fired his gun twice, and now it's stopped showing me again. That's really quite infuriating. I wanted to read the whole thing. Find out who it might have been. There we go. So... if we look at you? Oh, can we go look at the places that they've shot? Yes.
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
Timmy, get lifting. The old man's cane could be used, but I don't think that's going to be it.
No.
Oh, there we go. Stick. Long stick.
This should be useful.
Reimagine mode. You go look over here. I can see blood. Hello?
Nothing interesting here.
That's just a plant.
Plant?
Yeah.
There's no way that is... Surely that's blood on the wall there. Like, that very top bit.
Just dirt and grime, I think.
It's a very... I don't know, that seems weird. But it says, yeah, it
How
agrees.
would blood get up there?
It agrees with you that it isn't anything, so... Like, it's too splattery to be...
But there was still something there.
Really?
Because it wasn't greened out.
Nothing interesting here.
No, it kicks me out.
Huh. Okay. Bit strange.
And then the other imagining. Imagine you, and see where you shot, and follow your bullet. Oh.
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
Okay. And now
and then
it's
we should be able to do
hassling us to
some
do
deductions.
idea space, yeah. So, what things have we got? Butler's jewels. He took a bracelet and possibly a ring from an ancient jewel set, the 5 rams of Mytilene. He was arranging a deal with Brian that was discussed at Half Moon Street.
And that combines with long lost art.
The collection of Hellenic treasures was stolen from the museum in 1885. It has not been found since then and is considered to be lost. No, it does not.
Is it lootless?
I would have thought,
No.
yeah, lootless is probably the next one. But no. Leighton was holding a revolver with 2 cartridges fired. There was a third shot? Nope. They were old acquaintances. Might go with that the jewels were stolen long ago. Slash these because of age.
Can try.
There's...
But I doubt it. Because he said they only stole like a piece of meat. That's hardly like...
These two
jewel
kind
theft.
of conflict, that they were old acquaintances and that he only just happened to run into them. Like,
I mean,
run
you
into
can
him.
try.
No.
Common statement, though.
He was seen entering after the other two. He was seen standing over the bodies, and he ran away
Okay.
after. The
How
other...
about third shot combined with 2 victim?
Yes, it likes that. Simultaneous shots. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 shots fired, as in fact 3 shots were made, first a single shot and then 2 simultaneously. Or he could hear the contrast between 2 shots fired, as they were made from different points.
You clicked the wrong note by any
It's
chance.
this one. Okay, yes, there's one down there. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vicotti both died of crossfire, each of them holding a gun. One of the guns is now missing. And that's it. Now, maybe this is supported by it being lootless? Maybe? No.
I would more think like it's Butler's jewel and he is lootless. Like the ring is still missing.
So you want Butler's jewels, but we already said it's not those two.
Okay. Damn it. Long lost art and lootless? No, it couldn't be.
No. Well, it could be. No.
Latent statement. Well, a Layton's revolver with 3 shots? Is that it?
With 3rd shot?
Yeah.
So rather than him killing 2 people, this is meant to indicate that there were 2 shots from one person and he picked up that one person that had shot twice's weapon. Leighton Chapman's statement regarding the jacketed man who disappeared now seems reasonable, as the 3 shots at the crime scene prove the presence of a second gun that is now missing. And now we have something to do in the real world. We have to look for a disappearing person. Or not? It said there was something here, but...
The task list.
No, but this one had a... highlighted. Anyway. Talk to Constable Marrow and find out if it would have been possible to miss someone hiding in the shadows at the time of the crime. He said he was very specific about scanning his lantern.
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before.
You're going to play hide and seek.
And try to find me.
Understood.
We're literally going to play hide and seek. So where are we going to hide in here?
Right there. Go back. Back.
There's not much further back to go.
And then you go to the right. Well, right behind you.
I don't think the lag is helping him. Or so we have our starting.
Straight ahead.
We have our starting
Go
corridor.
straight ahead.
But
Like where you see the man hiding.
I shouldn't look for Mr. Holmes here. He's hiding in Half Moon
Oh,
Street.
we are the policeman. I thought we were going to be at the moment be Mr. We'd still be Holmes and we would be hiding somewhere. No, I really see nothing.
You don't see the man hiding straight ahead.
I see nothing. I see a little bit of ground down there, and
Okay,
that's about it.
go straight. Straight.
Oh, okay, there's a
Straight.
Sherlock Holmes here.
Straight.
I can see
And
you
there's a
very well,
Sherlock
Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
Yeah, I thought we would be doing the other side of the hide and seek, which is why I was like, why are you telling me to go somewhere anyway.
Just keep walking, I guess.
Oh, has he succeeded at bamboozling us and therefore he wins?
No, this is not how I walked at the
He
time
was
of the
right.
crime.
He was
I
right at
more
the start,
attentive.
but
Let's start over again.
okay.
He's at the start.
I just wanted to see. Yeah, he's right there on your side.
There's something here.
On the other side of the gate.
There's a gate.
Well, not gate. Opening. Entryway.
Back here.
He's hiding right there.
I shouldn't look for Mr. Holmes here.
If you
He's
turn,
hiding in
I
Half
get
Moon
it
Street.
if you're having problem with the dark screen. And then right on the left when you go through here, he's crouching.
Okay.
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
I can look around, but that doesn't actually make me see anything. It only potentially helps you see him after the fact. Aww. Has he succeeded at hiding finally?
It seems like it. No, he's there. Left.
Here?
Yes, and go back.
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you
Yes,
at
it
all.
was.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the streets.
Really wasn't.
Corners in sight. No one could hide in the shadows.
I mean, I would say the first one you might actually be able to miss if he wasn't being that attentive, but by all means.
What
Corner
would
in
this-
sight with common statement, I think.
Nope.
Layton's revolver with 2 victims. Did we try that?
Layton's revolver with 2 victims. Works. And the options are Crossfire. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vacuti both died of crossfire, with each of them holding a gun. One of them is now missing. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vacuti were both victims of a double murder carried out by one
Double murder.
person. Well, we've already done the reconstruction, and so we know it's not this.
What? I thought we agreed it was a double murder. I thought we agreed it was a double murder.
No, the 2 individual people shot each other. So what do you want again? You wanted...
No, I just wanted to see what happened if we took the double murder.
No, it's gone. Right? There's no...
No, you're in the wrong space, aren't you?
Huh?
Crossfire.
Oh,
Change that
this is the
Crossfire
other
with double
one.
murder.
Okay. Then it says those are mutually exclusive. For that to be
Okay.
true, there has to be a
but I just want to test these things before we get too many things, so we don't risk not seeing something. Okay, but no.
Do we now have to do more ideas, or is there something else we can do? No, we still have to do more
I think we have to do more ideas.
So it's got to be to do with this light thing, because that's the last one that we got.
Mm-hmm.
Can't miss things, and it's a dark and narrow something?
You can try.
No.
But I would assume it's more like latent statement, maybe.
Yes. Up the walls. If we can assume that there was one more person in Half Moon Street at the time of the crime, then there was no way forward or back for his escape, only up. Let us reenact this action, recreate the fireworks described by Leighton, and attempt to climb the wall. We're going to make fireworks? That
Could
sounds...
we just keep doing some more deductions? I just want to see if we can figure out something more.
Find the flare gun to emulate the fireworks and tools for climbing the wall, but you want to keep doing...
I want to see if there's something else here that I've missed.
If we go do the flare gun thing, that's presumably going to match with this blinded by a flash of bright light.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe?
Could we do 2 victims and old acquaintance? Or have we already done that?
No, we tried that and it's not.
Okay. What was the comment statement again?
Leighton Chapman is the only person who was seen entering Half Moon Street after Brian Vicotti and Kenneth Butler. He was then seen standing over the dead bodies and escaped the crime scene shortly afterwards.
Could we try comment statement with Leighton statement?
Yes. Imaginary man. The person whom Leighton Chapman describes in his statements is a figment of his own imagination, created to vindicate himself. And there's no other option. What?
Okay, then try doing the double murder now.
Those aren't conflicting?
No, but firing position. Do firing positions.
Then it does become conflicting.
Okay, so then it must be firing position. Oh.
I don't like this. This feels like choosing the wrong thing in the plant one.
Oh. Can we go back to the deductions, please?
Because I don't think that little Timmy's big brother was...
I don't think so either, but I think we're gonna, once we get more of these things sorted, it's gonna go a different way. So let's see. Butler's Jewel and Lootless, did we do that?
Yeah. Lootless is getting very few things left that it can be tried with.
Okay.
Lootless 2 victims, Lootless old acquaintance, Lootless common statement, and Lootless Leighton's revolve. The only one that makes sense is old acquaintance.
Yeah.
To me.
I guess. But I would probably go with 2 victims, but sure.
The violent crime committed in Half Moon Street by Leighton Chapman could have had a personal motive. So he's getting revenge for getting beaten up in prison long ago, maybe. That has...
Remove that.
removed one of the things from the combination space.
Didn't we do Long Lost Art and Butler's Jewel?
Yeah, but wasn't the correct combo. There's Long Lost Art and 2 victims, Long Lost Art Leighton's revolver, Long Lost 8 common statement, and Long Lost Art Leighton's statement.
Okay, but Butler's Jewels, what have we done with Butler's Jewels?
Long lost art. The jewels wouldn't make sense for 2 victims? Like, you don't rob 2 people...
Yeah. You can try that.
Burglary motive. The search for the missing treasures could be... Ah! So we found a thing that makes that this now has 2 choices. Is that... So maybe we eventually find one that is, making this one, Imaginary Man, have 2 choices.
Yeah.
Which might also suggest that when we got railroaded in the plant one, maybe there was some combination that we didn't come up with? But then
No,
why
because
did it disappear from the combination space?
Yeah, we cleared everything there, so that was railroading. There's no way that wasn't railroading.
So, burglary motive. The search for the missing Hellenistic treasures could be the motive for the crime that was committed. Mr. Turner picked up the bracelet directly after the murder, but the ring is still missing. Or, personal motive, the crime one that we already talked about. Which do we think is more likely?
I think burglary.
You think burglary? Now we have common statement, which hasn't been combined with anything. We have long lost art, which hasn't been combined with anything. We have latent statement that hasn't been combined with anything.
Can we do common with Leighton?
And Leighton's revolver. You want these 2? No.
Leighton statement with common statement? No.
Yeah.
Common statement with then Leighton's revolver, I guess?
Compelling evidence. The witness testimonies and the crime weapons clearly point to one culprit. Leighton No, I don't want it to be little Timmy's big brother. No, little Timmy.
And now we have robbery.
Leighton Chapman committed a double murder. His motive was the theft of an ancient and valuable treasure. The last piece of the 5 rams of Mai Tai Lean. The ring with the ram's head is still lost. Despite committing the murder, he is a young, foolish, and impressionable man. His younger brother would be left completely alone. His sentence will be shortened. Absolve him, or he may be young, but he's committed a vicious murder to obtain valuable jewels. He deserves life imprisonment. No. Can we now go
the investigation.
Go look for the gun?
Yes. Now I feel like we cleared a lot of those things up.
It does get rough when it gets too big.
Yeah.
Okay. This is actually well lit, and I can see where I'm going. I want the flare gun now. Now that we know that we want it...
This is exactly what we need in order to imitate the flash of the fireworks.
Flare use and
also
pistols.
Needed climbing gear, wasn't it?
And tools for climbing the wall, yes. Now that we haven't
have
seen.
That? Maybe we have it in our flat?
Costume change. Change into our ice climber's costume. Oh.
These tools are exactly what I need to climb the wall.
I mean, we probably should have changed into our thief's outfit, but oh well.
Talk to Constable Marrow and attempt to imitate the flash from the fireworks. Check if it was possible to escape the crime scene by climbing over the wall.
Which would make sense with that he never heard any footsteps.
It would.
Wiggins, my lad, what are you doing here? You'd best be leaving and be quick about it.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Oi, watch your tongue.
Okay, talk to you.
Constable Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin then. Catch me if you can.
Oh, this sounds like it might be race. No, it's recreation. Which wall are you going up, though? So many options.
Mm-hmm. But it would have to be a wall that actually leads somewhere. None of these make sense.
So you think that we can walk further
I
along
think
the...
it's further back, yeah. Further towards the victim.
Nope.
Also, he would have heard people here.
There's no...
Okay.
So, out of these three, I guess I'll just start with the left one.
This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult to see anyone scaling it.
Oh. Oh, it's button mash. Okay. Button mash.
Barely see anything.
Oof. Button mash.
Holmes?
Button
Are you
mash.
there?
Button mash.
I should try climbing faster.
None? What?
This one faster.
Oh, I didn't button mash enough for the game to be happy. Okay.
No.
What a thrilling mini game.
Barely see anything.
Be quick.
Holmes?
You're escaping
Are you
after
there?
all.
I mean, this is also assuming that for some reason
My God, a man can't just
the guy is
disappear like
carrying climbing equipment, right? It's a bit far-fetched.
that. Holmes? Holmes? Where are you?
I cannot see you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you.
There might
The
be a
door to the
rope up
building
there.
can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
Which would take care of your concern about why would the person just be walking around with climbing gear.
I mean, why has he pre-set up a rope here? But maybe that story gets addressed as well.
I mean, if you're meeting up with people to supposedly buy jewelry, and you're planning to kill them.
You want your getaway prepared? I don't understand how I'm meant to get
Yeah.
up there, though. Is it this door?
He said meet them in the doorway. Okay. So we're in the loft.
Are we? Oh!
Yes.
I thought it was loading. Okay. Too dark.
These shards of glass are from the window
There we
above.
go. We have some glass shards. Can you look then at the window above that? Above the glass shards?
It's empty.
Don't comment on that there's a jacket covering the... No, just...
Someone broke through the window to get inside
Well, that's
the
what you
attic,
need a T for.
but in his haste, he ripped his jacket.
Maybe. Yes. Lunacy.
A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope. We can conclude that the person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch.
Anything else up here? No, it still wants us to inspect things, so...
But inspect the attic is completed, so I think it just wants us to do the rope thing right now, do the science
Oh,
bit.
now it's gone, okay.
I think you were
Perform
just half a
analysis.
second too early.
Thick black threads taken from a torn jacket. Science!
So now he's all happy about going back to Baker Street, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wissenschaftszeit. Oh no, it would be Wissenschaftszeit. Science. Let's go.
Let us take a closer look.
The focus minigame.
It is not a thread, but a hair. I very much doubt that it is human.
It's a werewolf!
I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair. A shaving brush is usually made from horsehair.
We're gonna go
Watson,
steal Watson's?
Could you please pass me your shaving brush?
Here you are.
Watson, look, what's outside the window?
Well, I don't see anything. Ouch! Holmes!
We steal his hair?
Such a fuss. One little hair. Human hair is
Yeah, no fuss,
significantly
but it's not
thinner
like we take
than
one
the
of
black
ours.
sample. This is a most unusual hair.
Compare it to the doggo's hair?
The horse hair is thinner than the hair that we found. So, this black hair belongs to an
Oh, poor
animal,
Toby.
and it is larger than a horse.
I don't think
A hair from a large and
hair
exotic
necessarily scales with size of animal. That feels...
Hello, Toby. All you need now is a shawl and a mop cap, and you could be Mrs. Hudson's younger sister.
Deductions,
Yeah,
though.
the only thing to do is deduction space. Exotic animal hair, wall climber. The black hair found in the torn jacket belongs to a man who nimbly escaped the crime scene. The man who Leighton Chapman saw managed to escape the other witnesses by climbing a wall of a building and entering its attic. And then the long-lost treasure. It has been lost for a while, and... So, I like this plus wall climber.
Yeah, I like Leighton's statements with wall climber. And that
Which now
changes the
gives
imaginary
us-
man. Oh, no, it didn't.
Yeah, it gives us another option.
Yeah.
His statement regarding the mysterious jacket man who participated in the shooting were proven to be plausible. But this conflicts with imaginary man, yeah.
So we gotta do more to prove that the imaginary man existed. Where if you try to compare do wall climber with the hair.
I mean, there's only 3 options, so yep, wall climber and hair. Circus acrobat. The man who vanished from the crime scene could be a circus acrobat. He managed to scale a 30-foot high wall in a matter of seconds, and the hair from a large exotic animal was found on his discarded jacket. It was an elephant hair?
Makes sense.
I'll give you that him being an acrobat makes sense for him climbing up, but I don't like the animal hair size scales with size of animal thing necessarily.
I can't say because I've never thought about that, so I don't know if it's any truth into it or anything.
I know that it isn't for human hairs.
Well, no, for human hair is the same thickness regardless.
No, it isn't. It changes with hair color. Human hair size changes very significantly with hair color. Anyway. Phew. The last possible option is long lost arts and nothing, so we're missing something.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not done yet.
But what are we supposed to do?
If we go out, can we find something?
No, it wants us to go back into brain space. But there's only one. Game?
Huh.
Game?
It means that some of our other deductions must be wrong to go with this new circus act theory.
But
So,
everything's blue.
No, yeah, but go back, let me see. Let me see it.
Yes, Mari, alright, right away, Mari.
Yes, because we haven't changed the double murder. You gotta change double murder. Now it's crossfire, because now we have proven that that is possible. So then there is simultaneous shots. Now we're allowed to do all of those things.
Which combines into... The person who was seen only by Leighton Chapman escaped by climbing the wall as a skillful acrobat. The criminal took a gun from one of the dead bodies. And now we can go look for the vanishing person.
Yes.
Request Wiggins' assistance in locating a circus. Okay, he's always here arguing with the policeman.
Indeed, Solar, I do like that. When you have eliminated impossible, whatever is left, however improbable, must be the truth.
Why aren't you arguing with him for once? Or is it that I just haven't come around the corner far enough?
Look here, lad. You'd better go home and start thinking about what a fine pickle your brother's landed himself in.
Ha! But he'll be free tonight, 'cause he's innocent.
Don't be daft, lad. It's a closed case.
Yeah.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Timmy went back around the corner? Okay.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes, Miss...
We have good news for you, Wiggins.
Young Mr.
The
Tibbins.
investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Anything you like, Gov.
Help us
I need
help
you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal. A very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
I'm surprised we didn't go look it up in the newspapers from this year, like, circus visiting, famous circus.
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble, Holmes.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
Picture of it. Oh, super cheese. Why did you have to say elephant?
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show. Duval Brothers, a well-known travelling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for. I'll pay it a visit.
No, because first I want to check. Did we actually look at the letter before we... No, we forgot to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Plants can be used for murder. The Times. Sensation and exotic method of murder. The arsenal of our present-day criminals may soon be refilled with poisonous plants. A young and beautiful woman, in collaboration with her colleague at Kew Gardens, planned the terrible murder of their director, Mr. Montague Dunn. Only one detective was capable of uncovering the truth behind the tragedy that was initially believed to be a simple heart attack, and that detective's name is Sherlock Holmes. And we have the poster with the elephant, and now we can go... Ooh, it's taken away everywhere else. We can go to the circus.
To the circus we go.
Aye, you! Stop right there.
Good morning, sir. Pardon me, but why am I not allowed to walk around here?
Because it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the artistes.
Hmm? You're wanting to apply for... Nah. You don't look like the type of, artistic lockpicker that we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? Nah. I don't think so. Clear off.
Okay, so we need disguise.
Okay. Back
we need
home.
an artistic lockpicker.
Well, what did we have? We had a sailor costume.
We have a thieves.
And we had a... Thieves, was it?
Yeah. We have a thieves one.
Dress up as a clown. Black suit, brown suit, green suit, grey suit, light suit, bandit outfit.
Bandit outfit was the one.
Maybe. Farmer, morning gown, sailor, unbuttoned, and then we're back to the start. So, bandit seems the most likely. And what kind of hat does a bandit wear? So, top hat bandit, deer stalker bandit, bowler hat bandit. I like that one.
Fancy.
And not the
I
sea
like that
captain
one.
one. I like this one. You okay with this one,
Yeah,
Maureen?
yeah, 11. I'm fine with 11.
Yeah, good.
But I think we need some facial hair. I think we look too clean right now.
We look too normal? Okay.
We need an artistic mustache.
Ooh, doesn't he look like the dashing rogue? He looks moustache-twirlingly evil.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, Vama. Correct thinking. We need to be
Stay where you are.
moustache-twirlingly evil, exactly.
What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Oh, thank God, Holmes. I can't get used to your disguises.
Thank you, Watson. That means I am ready to go.
Back to the circus. Circus is a nice quick load.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the locks.
Talented, eh? Let's see. Go inside the marquee and show yourself to Charles Foley. And I'd highly advise you not to trick him. Got that?
I've got it.
Okay. Nope, nothing else. I do. I was like, wow, in my head. I wonder where all these assets could have come from. Will we have to do a little maze with doors and lay planks over the maze?
Just as you asked. And what about the money?
Me.
Some of the barrels are wet.
Planks.
Transportation issues. It couldn't be helped. Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies.
I want to be paid first.
No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said. Right? I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout.
Of course not. I'm a professional.
He doesn't
Glad to hear
look
it.
like a professional
Be
anything.
ready for tonight, then.
This wooden barrel is damaged. It is difficult to say what is inside.
Other than that it isn't liquid?
There is a spot on this barrel that was intentionally painted out. The crest of the Honourable Artillery Company. Could it be gunpowder? I need to be sure.
Oh, the Merry Menaces circus people, really?
Maybe.
This would... Judging by the fractions
would
and
give them a
descent,
cover to
I can
travel around,
confirm
wouldn't
that
it?
it is, in fact, gunpowder. The barrels are roughly clustered. It seems as though they were brought here in a hurry.
Well, we kicked the barrel, Salah, so we made some extra heaped powder
And we
come
used a
out.
special vision to see a symbol on the barrel.
This printing press is old, but still quite capable of printing hundreds of pages per day. There are enough posters to paste across half of London's walls.
Ooh. Rise up.
From lambs into lions. Those are words of encouragement and defiance. That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman wearing a Robin Hood hat. Interesting. This poster was
Sherlock, you
clearly
aren't
made
one
to
to
fire up
cast
rebellion amongst
wearing
the people.
hat stones. Wearing iconic hat stones
Powder
is...
kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers. All of this was stolen by the Merry Men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The Merry Men are planning some sort of sabotage.
You think?
Stop right there. Who are you?
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see that lock near the chains on the table over there. Open that.
He has an earring. He has a bandana. He is otherwise uninteresting. He has a key. He has a wound. He has a gun. Does he also have a belt buckle? No. He has the fancy ring. The missing ring. We've added the poster. Open the lock, explore the circus, and become acquainted with the man. And has he been added to our list of potential people? He has, yet it didn't get added to our, like, highlighty here for some reason. Charles Foley is a member and the leader of the Duval Brothers Circus. He is a skillful acrobat who actively practices his craft. A superstitious man, armed and dangerous, with a penchant for wearing jewelry. Okay. Can any of these slide back and forth? Yes. Yellow? Yellow can wiggle back and forth. Oh, forth. Oh, actually, it's blue. Well, whichever one is... Middle one is capable of wiggling back and forth, we'll put it that way. It feels like those two openings are maybe meant to align.
But that doesn't make sense with the other one.
Yeah, no.
But there is, it has to be open a little bit higher, I think, because that's where you have something that needs to show through. Like you can see just the beginning of a line.
Yeah,
there.
these go like in the middle there for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Arguably, maybe that needs to be a little bit more that way, and you need to be a little bit down. Now what don't you like, game? It doesn't like that this doesn't align. So... But it won't let me drag it to the right, because this one needs to be leftwards instead. There we go. I opened your thing. Do you want to do the deduction space before we talk to him?
Sure.
The antique ring and the long lost art?
Yeah.
No!
Oh,
What?
come on.
What?
He's slow. But we will do the other stuff.
But then it must be the other option. He wears an antique ring, the last missing piece of the 5 rams, and also a revolver. It proves that he is our mysterious jacketed man who nimbly escaped the crime scene. That does not feel like the natural pair to put together, but whatever.
No. The other one makes much more sense.
I solved your lock.
Well, they're right. What's your name?
Nigel Shirley, from York.
Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
Yeah. How did we turn about you? From some Westgate prisoners? Or it would make... Well, no, because he robbed this, right? So we don't want to use the door key.
No.
Well-
Jail thief, I think, is best because he was against the Westgate prisoners, maybe.
But that would be... If he's against them, you wouldn't want to reference... Well, I suppose both of those don't work then.
No, because the Westgate prisoners were like the collective thing. So I think jail thief makes more sense. Yeah, the
It's
other
a long
Foley brother
story.
is in jail.
I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison He told me all about his betrayal and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day and pay me some money for me craft.
Well, he died 7 days ago in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it. And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search for his legacy.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures, isn't it?
Osh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with us tonight, and you better mind yourself.
Us? Wait, who's coming then?
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for that?
We'll share the loot. The one you seem to know about.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned manor house on the corner of Ladbroke Grove and Kensington Park Road at midnight.
Deal.
Hellenistic treasures, innit? Find and examine the secret lock at Notting Hill Manor.
Yeah, the guy is an absolute fool for inviting the new guy on day one just because he opened one lock
Here
and
I
mentioned
am
his
at the
brother.
manor. Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures. This lock is quite old. It shouldn't be much of a
They're in our
challenge.
pocket. We have both the bracelet and the necklace.
Yeah, he might plan to immediately betray us. Oh, this is getting... does that line up with those? Not neatly. Ooh! It's one of these ones where we can joop joop. Although, it looks like the answer might actually be to let them not touch. Why won't you let me... Maybe only the yellow one can move sideways. Ah, I wanted to move the left-hand one so that it just touches in the middle there. But no. Not allowed. Big sad. Okay. So far that. At least I think. Unless there's a better option from... Ooh, this one could actually go all the way to the outside.
And then just raise that one a bit. The outer one.
Kind of, but then it doesn't...
Oh, it doesn't match up higher up. No, it doesn't.
Oh. But that's the only option for, like... That is the only little bit of that. So... Maybe it actually is that one, then this one.
But the thing is, like, where will you find that? If you go up, a bit back.
I'm trying to see what lines up with potentially, like, the thing in the middle.
Yeah.
And nothing
Okay,
else. Nothing else can, as far as I see.
Yeah, but if you... That one you currently have, if you turn that a little bit back up again,
don't think the lag's doing you any favors there, I'm sorry.
No, it's not. Outer layer on the right. If you turn that a little bit up.
Okay, outer layer on the right, moving it up.
Yes. I just think that there's very limited amount of possibilities that could potentially fit with a little bit more there.
That window? You want that window to be a thing?
Yes. Because, like, it has the two on one side there and then the two on smaller one on the other side. I feel like that's a fairly limited combination.
That? No, because it's always a... Like, it wouldn't make a T-junction like that.
No. No, you can't move that one any further there. Never mind.
That can go there. But I think that part of the issue with what you've said to do is that these two need to be together. Wherever the end answer is, I suspect those two need to be together. Maybe? Is it possible to... Well, maybe they don't. We'll have to check all combinations of that and the other thing to see if there's one that actually... Like, that works. For those two being together. It matches there, and it matches there.
Yeah, that matches everywhere on the outer layer.
So, as in, this... The two bits that mush together now look like they are correctly mushed together.
Yes. Yes. Now can we get everything else to match with that?
Now we need two little bits close together here. There. And now we need a little connecty bit between those two.
I need to find where the safe is hidden and lockpick it.
It's a nice hammer. Well, looks like it must be upstairs. Some pearl necklaces that we're going to ignore?
Not what we're here for?
No. Maybe we need to be in supervision mode? Ooh, I didn't go look at this. Yeah. Okay. Secret tunnel!
This cupboard is an absolute mess.
And yet...
It's more than just slightly askew bed.
It lets us move and look a long way away from it, but...
Several books have fallen from the shelves. It seems as though this cupboard can be moved. I'll give it a try.
Move.
So, that's the lock I must open tonight. Let me see.
So open it early and make it empty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, two of these match, because last time the fastest route to solving this was matching these two. Looks like there is promising. No, they can't. They can't be left-right togethered.
Hmm.
Oh, that's spicy. Okay.
But the outer ones there, if we
This
start just by
looks pretty
working
good.
with the lines.
And there. Except then this doesn't match with you.
So there is where you need to start running it.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
What a surprise. Another lock. And I won't be able to pick it. I recall that precious key around Foley's neck. It might prove a decent fit. I suppose they hired me to only open the first lock. Let us wait for the thieves, trap them, and find out. Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police from the front door.
The window.
Mm-hmm.
No. This window. No. No, this one's boarded up. This one's boarded up. There's a door.
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
Sure. Why do I need to imagine them running out the door, though? It won't let me click on them?
No, I think it's just to, you know, help visualize.
This chair is very solid and
Because
well
now we're gonna make it so that
This
they
should
can't
be
do
useful.
that.
This door is a perfect means of escape. A solid rope.
I don't know that I want the rope yet, so I'm not allowed to have it.
We're gonna lock this door.
The door is now blocked.
Now try to examine him again and see
I've
if
got to
we
go
can
around the.
get through.
Go around to the other side, I think. Oh, he's gonna take a sledgehammer to the door.
Mm-hmm.
So now I need to yoink the sledgehammer?
Yeah.
No, there's a chandelier.
I wonder what this old chandelier is doing on the floor. It looks as though it was poorly attached.
And then much like the old man's bookcase, we have to look at the chandelier to look at the
thieves
hammer.
already tried to open the lock with this formidable hammer, but they were unsuccessful.
We need an item for the chandelier? What about the rope? Now that we know that the chandelier exists, am I allowed the rope?
This should be useful.
Yes! Chandelier plus rope. I don't know why. Yeah, we don't know the next step. Huh?
Look up.
Attach the rope to the hammer?
Okay,
If anyone
try
takes
now
the hammer,
to see if the
rope
stimulation
will uncoil and make the chandelier fall.
We're making a, like, box and propped up pit trap.
This is Home Alone. We're Home Aloneing this house.
Yeah. We're making Looney Tunes traps, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These are the marks of ineffectual lock-picking attempts.
Okay, now it kicks me out of there.
The door is...
Good. Is that all? Maybe now upstairs window, or that window?
The ground floor window is a perfect way to escape the police.
So we move this cupboard.
This works very well. No one will escape through this window now.
They won't even know there was a window. And yeah, I agree, upstairs, Salah. That's where I was trying to go before I noticed the other window.
Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape.
Okay. What do you want me to do with it? To put the table in front of it?
A simple but
oh my
rather
god, we're
attractive
gonna
bead
put
necklace.
down ball bearings.
This should be you.
On the stairs? Oh god. It's getting more Looney Tunes.
One step on these beads, and our thief will go flying. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined.
Holmes alone indeed.
Okay, is there anything else?
We're that completely done. Could you go back upstairs and just make sure that they can't get past it?
Any thief who finds his way upstairs will roll down very quickly.
Yeah.
If he runs through the dining room
And if we now
takes a
watch down
sledgehammer to
here,
force
where
it's
they're
not
gonna
finished.
the chandelier
I'm
will
not-
knock him down.
go? Okay.
And yet it still asks me to imagine... Ooh.
This hatch leads to a cellar. There is no ladder. If anyone falls here, he will need assistance to get out.
We're gonna put the rug over this?
Mm-hmm.
But I can't move around it either. Oh no, I can. Where is a rug? Perhaps.
Or just a sheet of...
Yeah, but the rug feels more thematic.
Mhm. There was something that was blinking there, though, I think.
Where?
Downstairs in the living room. Further towards the door.
Ah. Roll of carpet.
Oh, that's a lovely old carpet. This should be useful.
Okay. And we make our pit trap. Our pitfall trap. Classique. If it isn't Baroque, why fix it,
Now,
Super Cheese?
It's not an open hatch, just a nice carpet on the floor. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined.
Okay. Continue imagining.
Now, if a thief runs through the kitchen, he'll pay a surprise visit to the cellar. The traps for my circus companions are all prepared. I can leave now, but I'll return later with Charles Foley and his companions.
Yeah, I was just actually thinking, you know, Climbing Man could climb out of that. If he could climb up the stupid wall, he can definitely climb out the one that you could press both sides apart with your hands and climb up.
No, because it's all trapped within the carpet, you see.
He's rolled up in the carpet.
Uh-huh.
Police! Police!
And as the law pointed out, he's already hurt himself from falling down.
Stop where you are! Where are they?
Trapped, Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
Oh, you sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear fellow. You startled them into the traps.
I did?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
And this is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
Oh,
How do you know about
he's
that?
he's gonna pick it up and try and shoot us, surely.
Mm-hmm.
Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Did you follow me?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well, in this instance. So now, let us catch the big fish. But this man is not one of the merry men.
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder, and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers.
Open the safe. I have no other option. There's nothing else to... Fake choice!
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft. They are yours to find.
I'll see you soon, dear brother.
All right, try to sound more ominous, why don't you?
Flim-flammer.
What a beautiful collection of art. It was thought lost.
Yes, Salah. Yeah,
Yes, Sherlock
he's
has
been
always
in
had a brother.
number of the games so far. You
The trap with the chandelier
must not have been quite
perfectly.
paying attention.
Charles Foley has been knocked down.
Okay, and what about the...
One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious.
And what about...
One of Foley's companions. He
Okay,
is unconscious.
that should give us every possible viewable thing to combination space. Long lost art,
Yeah.
precious space. There's no other option, so...
Mm-hmm.
The antiques discovered inside the hidden safe were belonging to the Hellenistic Treasures collection. Foley's Vengeance. Charles Foley organized the theft of the Hellenistic treasures, which was related to the double murder at Half Moon Street. Leighton Chapman was a witness to the crime. Absolve him? He will be imprisoned for organizing a grand theft. Since he is not directly guilty of murder, his sentence will be shortened. Or, he organized and executed a wicked plan and revenge. With the treasures theft of ancient and valuable treasures, he deserves the rope.
Hmm. I mean, I condemn him, but
To death? I suppose he did shoot someone.
yeah, he killed two people.
Yeah, you shot people. I'm okay with that, actually. If it was just the thieverying...
Charles Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of theft.
He took
You will
the
be
gun.
severely punished for your deeds.
You are pitiful. You Scotland Yard dog.
Save your words for the gallows. I'm sure.
Oh,
the
so you want it
journalists
to be
will
the
have-
other guy that had the
I shall
gun and he
leave
just
now,
yoinked the
Watson.
gun after? Yeah.
Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at Baker Street.
We get to look at one more set of letters.
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
Ooh.
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already. We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs. Honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street. And all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the New Lands, America, Australia, and we are many. But men we are still, and we are merry for that we stopped being afraid. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed.
Socialists.
It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other, just to see who may serve them better. But in the end, they are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange. No lives shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all. So many people will be freed over this night.
That is a radical step to take. What result do you
You will
truly
create
expect?
absolute chaos.
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone. They will be able to work for themselves, together, without letting the rulers dictate what to do, and finally justice will arise.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see justice, then? Kids go to prison for a loaf of dry bread. And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people, sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
Dun dun dun. Do we throw our cigarette in the bucket of water, or do we blow up their stuff?
I want to blow up their stuff.
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
No more circus for the developers.
So, you're interested in Russian literature now?
Use the circus
Quite
accent
lately.
anymore.
It is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. There were also a few words along the lines of pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or suffering?
Not that I know of.
Because you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire. For without it, we would be nothing. A country filled with uncivilized men.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth, not justice.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men by arresting the one.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
I don't get it. Like, the other option was for us to
Anything
let
in
them
the
blow
post,
it up.
Watson?
Is
Any
he condemning
clients
us for
worthy of our
not letting
attention?
them blow
Only a
it
second
up?
reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour.
No,
She
he's condemning him
urges
for
you
letting
to
them
remove
escape.
your-
Oh, I don't care about that.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
Wait. What? A lady?
Okay, Charles Foley organized and executed a wicked plan of revenge for his elder brother. It took 2 human lives and almost resulted in life imprisonment for an innocent man. In fact, his band was hired by the Merry Men, who planned a revolution in London. In addition, he organized the theft of ancient and valuable treasures that rightly belonged in a museum. He deserved the rope. Were we right? Are we changing anything? Going once? Going twice? Okay, sounds like we're staying. So, 18 of 18, correct conclusion.
Hooray.
Most people solved it the same way and made the same choice. We are Themis. No, they're little street kids, Super Cheese. He's a bit too old to be part of the irregulars. And this is roll credits?
Seems like it.
So the last...
She returns. So she returns to her house, but he is now dead.
The other guy is eliminated from... Like, he died, yep. He was murdered. Her husband's dead. But her love is in prison.
The garden will no longer be as pretty. We let him go, so he should be happy. He's sitting there, looking out his window. I mean, he's poor, but at least he's still out and about.
He's not in prison. Mr. Mexican wasn't shot in the head.
Mm-hmm.
He has to answer for killing all the, what was it, Nicaraguans? Chileans? I think it was Chileans.
Chileans.
Okay. Actual full credits. That last one felt a bit weaker, I think, than the others. Maybe they were running out of time. Gotta ship it.
I mean, if you look at the game as a whole, it feels like they had a great ambition in the start and it slowly ebbs out. Because after our first 2 cases, we have filled up half of our book with people. In the beginning, you get to do analysis of people who are not necessarily the suspect. You just get to look at them, and they could be a suspect.
To help judge
At
whether
the
their
end-
testimony is, like, useful or valuable or...
Yeah.
What sort of biases are they bringing to their testimony?
Yeah, and you get a larger character pool of who could be involved in some way or another. Whereas the game progresses, it gets narrower and narrower and narrower until, like, this case we had, like, oh, there could really only be 2 suspects. It's nothing.
And the flower girl can't even be looked at.
Yeah. Like, she didn't even get a portrait. And neither did the guy at, the guard at the circus. He didn't get one. So
Also,
I
they
feel
sort
like
of only really did
just
the 2
toned it
first
down.
stories, contributing to the Merry Men thing, and then they get brought up again at the end.
Yeah. So it kind of feels like they started with great vision and then kind of like spent a lot of the budget probably and like scaled down a bit. Ooh, we get a little ending. Or do we just watch Sherlock sit by the fire until we...
I think we can, like, look at our... Oh, maybe we aren't done? I think this just lets you look at your, like, statistics. So how did you do in the cases compared to everyone?
Uh-huh. Okay.
And we could look at the last little treasure thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the last? It is a Merry Man Rebellious poster. Is our memento from this case. Yeah, the end. There's nothing but the casebook and exit.
Okay. So then he just sits there.
You may look at your statistics. Did you condemn the same people? I still think this was the best one so far, even if it was a bit weak at the end. Definitely.
I do miss some of the puzzle elements, but
there are a couple more super cheese. Next up is on Maury's side. Is it Chapter 1 or Devil's Daughter? I forget.
Devil's Daughter is first.
Devil's
Chapter
Daughter.
1 is the complete redo again, I believe. Then you have a completely different one.
So, we're not quite done yet, but not today. Any other final comments?
Don't think so.
I don't think so either. That was lovely. I like that.
Yeah.
Well done. Hopefully the next one is as good and features as many trains.
Hopefully you still get to be with Toby and do
And
Toby
be Doggo.
things.
Being Doggo, yeah. So, for now, thank you for watching, and join us for more Senior Detectives next time. Bye-bye.